All right, everybody, welcome back to the interview segment of the podcast. I've got a special guest. Our guest today is Little Dub. Little Dub, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself to the audience and then tell us a little bit about your music.
What is up, guys? My name is Wendell Harrelson, or you can call me Lil Dub. And I started making beats a while back. I was messing around, didn't really think too much of it, and then I got to a point in my life where I just needed to do something to draw my attention, just for a distraction. And then I started making music, and I started actually singing and rapping over my beats, and then I do a little bit of hip hop, so hip hop, rap, type R&B. It's a little mix, but yeah, it's definitely something that I feel like people can vibe with, and people have vibed with. So yeah.
Cool. So walk us through what you were saying earlier. You were saying that you felt inspired to make music. Tell me about the first time you realized you wanted to do this. What was that like?
It was, well, ever since I was a little kid, I was a diehard Eminem fan. Like, I was just listening to Eminem all the time, so I would always be rapping his stuff. And then, like, what really made me want to make beats and get that going was my brother. He wanted to get like a piano, and then like I saw how easy it was to just like play a little Dr. Dre like piano, like just simple. And I was like, wow, like maybe I can do something, because my brother, he tried to learn piano for a minute, and I was picking it up a little bit faster than he was. So I just took it to digital. I ended up getting a FL Studio. I tried the demo version because I had to make sure that it was for me. And I mean, I just had to start. That's what like the thing was. I just needed to start doing it. I knew I would get better. I just needed to start somewhere.
Gotcha. That's awesome. So you listed a couple people. Do you have any other like influences that you've kind of like gathered as you were doing this?
Oh, like, okay, yeah, definitely like Juice World. Listening his music at the time in my life, like the way I was feeling, his music was really speaking to me, and I wanted to be able to make music that spoke to people as well. Like, just having that feeling, I want to make that feeling for others. And like, I think that's really what it's mostly about. Some other people that have inspired me, my aunt, like, she only heard a couple of my songs, and she was like so excited, and she thought like I could definitely go places, and it was really inspiring as well.
Gotcha. So you get an inspiration from people other than people who make music. You get inspiration from people who support you.
Yeah, but it's like it was crazy because she's a like an older person. I don't think she would like listen to this type of music, and I don't know, it was just different. It was just
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
That's all. That's really good when a family member really supports you like that. So I know we're talking earlier before the interview that you make your beats and you also write and rap over them and sing.
Yes.
You have like an alter ego that makes your beats, like quote unquote alter ego, but it's you,
Yeah.
right? It's you. So
Yeah.
like, could you tell me about like your production process? Like, how do you circle all those things into making one track?
So I like to like, for me, it's like the melody starts off everything. Like as soon as like the track comes on and you hear the first couple chords, that's what sets the vibe for the rest of the song. And sometimes I like to make it a little bit like tricky. I'll start the song off really slow and like slow vibes, and then boom, it switches up, and then it's upbeat, and then it's bouncy. And so it gives people a different type of energy. So, and then the production process, I mean, I had to learn to mix and master all myself. I watched a lot of like documentaries, or not documentaries, but really long videos, just lessons on like mixing things, or some decent plugins that you should use. Um,
Like
just
on YouTube?
effects.
Is that what you're talking about? Like YouTube videos?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, nice. And then what kind of speaking of that stuff, like what kind of software do you still use Fruity Loops, FL Studio?
Yeah, FL20.
Yeah. And so what would you like someone just starting out like what would you say is like the benefits of FL20?
Well, there's really, you can if you get the upgraded version, like you could start out at the $99 version, just start making beats and stuff. And then if you ever want to get into making vocals and like adding extra things, you can just upgrade. Like you don't have to buy a whole new software. You can just upgrade for like, $100 more, and it's really beneficial.
That's
And
good.
it's yeah.
So like the bracket, like the tiers kind of move up with skill sets, kind of.
Exactly. Like the more you advance, the you can just more invest into yourself, into your product.
Gotcha. That makes a lot of sense. I know FL Studio is really popular amongst people who do hip hop and stuff. So it's cool that you recommend that. I want to switch gears just a little bit, kind of talking about the industry. Everyone knows that the music industry is difficult, right? It's hard, but once you get some fans, it like feels a little easier, even if it's just a couple. So like
Right.
in the industry where it's so chaotic and difficult, what keeps you motivated to keep going?
Just having faith in the process. Just trusting the process. I feel like everything works out the way it's going to. I mean, even if I don't know, I'm satisfied with whatever my outcome is going to be, and I'm chasing for great things. So I believe that great things will come.
Gotcha. So you think it's more like a mindset thing?
I think it is a mindset. I think anyone can achieve something if they work hard enough and they're dedicated and like they want it bad enough.
Gotcha. I would agree with that, man. I think that's super important. I think, having that right mental space to get started is something difficult or something challenging, but something that you're passionate about is number one for sure. That's a really good answer. And it's not always like that though. Sometimes,
Yeah, that is true.
sometimes you're you're wanting to make something, but you don't have like the mental capacity at the moment. I think
Yeah.
all artists kind of go through that. So like when you're feeling less motivated to make music, how do you get past that hump?
Ooh, yeah. That's a good one. Um, if I'm ever like making like I'll try to make at least like 5, 6 beats a day. Like, try to keep keep them up. But if I'm ever feeling like I just like can't get anything going, or like I just feel like I'm having a like dead day, I'll just take a break. Like I'll just go get some food, like play a video game for a little bit or watch TV, do whatever I need to do to relax. Come back in. Well, I'll save that beat like that I was messing up on, and I'll come back to it with a different mindset, different creative space, and then I'll hear it differently. I'll hear it completely different, and then I can change it and then make it way better, turn it into a banger.
There you go. And do you like when you come back, do you like start a new track, or you were saying you keep on that one? Do you
Yeah,
finish it?
I do end up finishing it, but I take out I first I listen to the whole thing. I find what I think is wrong. I silence it, listen to it, and then I find the outliers.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. That's really good like advice to people. First of all, you said something cool. You try to make 5 to 6 beats a day, which is
Oh yeah.
amazing. That's awesome.
Yes, sir. I
So
try to stay, busy.
yeah, that's good. That's productive. And then like I always try to look at like your content as like equity in like your
Yes.
own stock. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
like the fact that you're making so much, like I hope that speaks to somebody out there that like, oh, they're trying to make a beat a week. It's like, no, no, no. Little Dub over here is making 5, 6 a day.
Oh, and don't think like I try to rush through my beats. I put like all my effort into these beats. Like every beat is like almost the best. I try to make my next beat the better than my last.
There you go. That's what's up. And then do you feel like you worked your way up to 5 beats a day, 5, 6 beats a day?
Definitely.
Okay.
I definitely it used to take me some beats, I'm not gonna lie, if I'm struggling and I know that it could be great, it'll take me 30 minutes, maybe sometimes an hour if I'm really like wanting this beat to go somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. That's you got to know when to spend time on stuff, and I think what you were saying earlier, when to walk away for a minute.
Yep.
Yeah, being aware of what's going on in the moment, which is really important. So let me ask you this: if someone gave you $10,000 to invest in your music career, what would you do with the money and why? Hypothetically.
Okay, so I've always wanted one of my own. Just I don't want a whole studio because I'm grateful for what I have, and it'd be a lot of money for a whole studio, but I would get a booth, just like a recording booth, because that would increase the quality of my music as well. And I would get studio monitors because right now all I use is these headphones, and they're not even mixing headphones because they broke. My mixing headphones broke. I broke them anyway. So I'm gonna get some studio monitors, some new ones, because the old ones I have, they weren't cutting anymore and they were starting to cut out. So I'm gonna get some new ones, and then yeah, the booth, and then most of it
That's
I'll save,
interesting, man.
or maybe promotions that it's got to go in there, studio sessions, because yeah, yeah.
I think it's cool you put value in the acoustics of your environment.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, not a lot of people would say that when I asked that question. I think that's smart. Getting really good quality from the basics is super important. So let me ask you this. What's the biggest challenge you're facing right now with, being in the music industry?
Ooh. Um, just trying. I mean, yeah, like it's basically just trying to expand and find, like, in my area, find artists that are able to work, or like that want to work, or people that I have connected with, like they're being distant, they're not sending emails back, sending me some vocals to produce, or just things like that.
Yeah, so it's like a networking thing.
Yeah, networking is difficult right now.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of people, and you're like in a small town, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I remember having a lot of students back in the day. I had one student that was in Roswell, New Mexico, which
Oh
is
wow.
like 500 miles in any direction is when you hit like civilization. There's a reason
Right.
why those aliens crash landed there. No one saw it.
Yeah.
But like I think a lot of people struggle with that. I think and do you have any tips that have maybe kind of worked, or things that you've run into that typically like don't work out for you in your situation?
um like what do you mean by that?
So like, have you tried anything like networking wise that like ended up working out a little bit better than something else?
um I got this app called Vamper. It's kind of like you can swipe left and swipe right on artists and producers and see if they want to work. And I've got a couple of connections through there. That's like the only thing so far, because I know on BeatStars you can get a lot of work through there as well.
Yeah, that's good.
But
Vamper's great.
yeah, I like Vamper.
Yeah, Vamper's great. If you haven't downloaded Vamper, go download it. Lil Dub and I are both on Vamper. You can
Yeah,
connect
Vamper
with
is
us,
nice.
collab with us.
Yeah, seriously, come on, let's make a song.
There you go. What I would say is like, I surprisingly, a lot of people, I know this is a different audience though. I've met a lot of people in the industry just by navigating LinkedIn really well.
Oh
uh,
wow, yeah.
It'll be like people who are songwriters, or like people who are chasing like a more of a business career in
Right.
music. And one tip I can give people is like, think about the people you would need in your career, let's say a couple of years from now. Like, what are they doing? Well, they're A&R people, management, things
Yep.
like that. Those people are like graduating from college right now, and they need a job, so they're on LinkedIn and they're showing themselves as like, oh, they were an intern at this place or whatever, but trying to send connections to people that are like at or maybe slightly below where you're at in your career, and then like planting those seeds, keeping in contact with them, but like trying to
Make that
wait,
connection.
make that connection, but wait with them.
Oh
And
yes,
you know what I'm saying?
definitely.
Because like, if someone's an intern at, let's say, Universal Music Group,
Yeah.
and getting to know them and going, oh cool, they're going to be an A&R person at whatever later. I mean, you'll hopefully, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then now you've got this important connection in the industry that you wouldn't have had if you didn't go outside of the normal, like trying to
Yeah.
find other producers and artists and stuff. Because a lot of people are flaky.
That's definitely, yeah, that is definitely true.
A lot of people are flaky, but dude, even James Gunn has a LinkedIn page. The
Oh
the filmmaker.
wow.
Yeah,
That's
it's cool.
crazy.
start being a Guardians of the Galaxy extra. Be like, yo, what's up, James Gunn?
Yeah, what's
You,
up, man?
you need an alien or something for a movie? Stand in. Yeah, that's something I feel like a lot of people deal with. And nowadays it's cool. Like you don't have to move. Like if you want to be an artist or a producer, you don't have to move to a major city. The only
Right.
people I would say like need to move to a major city is like if you want like a job, a job. Like if
Yeah.
you want to like clock in and out and go, let's say work at a recording studio. Well,
Yeah.
those are in cities. It doesn't have to be just LA. LA's a mess right now, in my
Yeah, I
opinion.
know. I know there's a couple recording studios like an hour away from me,
Mm-hmm.
and definitely like people just work like work. They go to the recording studio, they'll work all day and then
Mm-hmm.
go home. Like it's a 9 to 5 job. Like
Yeah, pretty much. It's like 9 to 5, but it's like the other 9 to 5, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. You know?
yeah, it is. It's just like that. They'll sleep during the day, and then it'll be up all night just working.
Yeah,
It's insane.
it's cool. It's not for everybody.
It's definitely not for everybody. One of my buddies that makes music, he actually went to LA recently, and he said when he got up there, he was not ready for the sleep schedule at all. He was like torn up. It was like 2, 3 a.m. He's like tired. They're ready to make like 3 more bangers. Like, come on, bro. And
Oh man,
he stuck it out though. He stuck it out.
good for him. Yeah, it's crazy out there like that, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but that's pretty cool. And let me ask you this, like speaking of like the industry and stuff,
Yeah.
what's something in the music industry that you wish people would stop doing?
More about like what type of music that they're putting out, and like the the inspiration that they're giving to others, instead of I'm not really good at wording it.
Oh, it's
Uh
okay. It's like worrying about creating like good music that they're good at making. Is that what you're saying?
yeah. Like try to worry about the best thing that you can make instead of stressing about what other people want to hear.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. There we go.
There you
That's a
go,
good way to
man.
do
That
it.
was actually good.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go, man. Yeah, see, it came out, you know. That's good advice. And then like in the music industry that you wish like the mainstream industry would start doing.
Um I think like hmm, that's a good one too. Damn. You're stumping me here. Uh
I don't
I
send
think
any of my guests any of the questions ahead of time, just if you can't tell.
yeah. Uh I think people that are mainstream should appreciate like or so okay, so there's 2 types of mainstream artists,
Mhm.
let's say. There's the ones that it took them, 5, 6, 7 years. It took them a long time to get to where they were. And then some people, they got like big really fast, and like some people just have bigger egos than others, right? And I think people should realize like the importance that you're doing for other people more than like how good you are. Like even if you're great, it's about what you're producing for the people.
There you go, man. I agree with that. I agree with that. If you could take anyone in the music industry to lunch, who would it be and why? What would you ask them?
Dead or alive?
Yeah.
Juice World?
Juice World? What would you ask
Definitely.
Juice World?
Oh, I would. There's so many questions
Or
I would
what would you
ask
want
Juice
to what
World.
would you want to talk about in general?
I would want to talk about like his mindset. I want to talk about like what made him start thinking in the ways that he does. Because he, in my mind, he was like the best freestyler alive, like, to ever live.
You
He
would
was
you would
insane.
just say like how his mind works, like how he writes music and stuff and
Yeah.
processes things.
Yeah. How does he come up with words that fast? He freestyled for an hour. How is he capable of that? That's what I want to know.
Wow. Yeah, that's a that would be a good conversation for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, man. Let me ask you this before we start wrapping up. This is my favorite question to ask at the end. Let's say someone rolls out of bed one day and they decided they want to make music. So they've never done it before. What would be the first piece of advice you would give that person?
If you really want to do it, start.
There you go. It's
Start.
just literally that simple. Just do it.
Just do it. Start.
There
You
you go.
you can't gain any ground on something if you never start. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
And by start, he means don't just daydream about it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
No, pick up the guitar, pick up a piano, or if you want to start making music, start making progress every day. Like just set a goal for yourself. Like at the end of this month or at the end of 6 months, at the end of this year, I want to have had, one like complete song like finished and like sounding decent. And from there you just, keep building, and you'll make more songs and more songs, and the better they will sound, you'll get more and more pleased, and then you'll be looking at it 10 years later, you'll be looking back like, wow, I'm glad I started then. I wish I started earlier.
there you go. There you go. It's good stuff. And you know what's cool is this guy lives it. This guy makes so much music every day.
A
And
lot
I
of
think that's
music.
great. I think that's great advice. And it's kind of like going to the gym, you're not
Oh,
going to deadlift 400
exactly.
pounds, right? You're gonna start off slow, but you're gonna build that momentum. I think momentum is the key word for today.
Oh, definitely momentum. That's
There
a
we
great
go.
one.
Yeah. Well, hey man, it's been great. What I'd like to do is have you let people know where they can find you online. And then just so you know, like we'll put all that stuff in the description, but some people listen like audio, so they'll probably want to check you out. Like, where can we find you online?
You can check me out on TikTok.
All right, cool. So for everybody, that's going to be in the description. You'll probably see it on the screen too. Go and check out Lil Dub. He's got lots of great tracks. And then Lil Dub, we're gonna have you introduce a song. So what's the song called? And tell us a little about it.
It's called, and basically, a lot of things run through my mind. Sometimes I can't sleep, and I have a lot of things on my mind.
There you go. Cool. Lil Dub, thank you so much. We're gonna stop it from here. We're gonna check out the track, and we'll have you back on the podcast another time.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, man. Here we go.